Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and today we're looking at another Transformers Studio Series 86 Brawn from Hasbro, aka Transformers the movie, the best movie still in my opinion. And I got this from a Hasbro Pulse. It was released a few days ago, so I'm very excited to have a look at it. Big screen inspired scale detail backdrop. Brawn transforms in 23 steps. Decepticon Shuttle Ambush, yeah, of course, because he wasn't in any of the rest of the film. In an effort to protect the crew, Brawn is the first to act when Decepticons attack the Autobot shuttle. And there's a backdrop included. There we go. I think I've shown this lovely artwork on the side. Let's crack this bad boy out of his packaging. Okay, first up we have the backdrop, which is the shuttle to the Autobot shuttle, where Brawn and his fellow Autobots were, well, they were murdered, basically. In a nutshell, let's not beat around the bush. They were murdered. If you don't know, spoiler alert, anybody who's watching this review knows the tale of Transformers the movie. Now here is Brawn, and I've got to say, so I've got my light in there. He looks absolutely delightful. I mean, just look at that head sculpt. Wow. Oh, got that. That does pop out every now and then. We've got that beautiful, sensational head sculpt. Beautiful body. Nice detail there. Lovely Autobot Sigma. It is absolutely sensational. And then the orange is complemented by this grassy green and silver, which looks very, very cool all the way down. And he is just a beautiful, beautiful bot. Now, it doesn't come without his flaws. He has a great big backpack, which is to be expected. I do like how these wheels are in there. I'm very interested to see how this transforms. He does have this great big backpack, which does make him come sometimes unbalanced. I think the problem is he's got these very small feet. Don't get me wrong, we didn't want clown's feet, but they do affect how he stands. I do struggle. Maybe because I'm not taking the time. He comes with this beautiful little blaster, which is quite nice. It would have been cool. Now, I know most people that are buying these have probably got a G1 mega cannon that he can hold for that one scene that he did use it, which was pretty darn cool, let's be honest. I wish that they had still put one in here, because I'm that person. And because if I thought about my reviews properly, I would have thought Review Gamer Megatron and Brawn at the same time. Not do Gamer Megatron, sell him on before you do the Brawn one, because then you could have had him holding a cannon. So I apologize for that. For my failure to predict and think, and rather than rushing and moving on. So my biggest disappointment is I have no movement in this head sculpt whatsoever. It is awful, absolutely awful, and it limits him in terms of how you perhaps want to pose him. It's very, very frustrating when we've seen numerous heads working. They just haven't bothered to give it the right ball joint. Maybe it's just me, but I can't seem to get any movement on there. It doesn't help that you've got this great big piece behind here, and I suspect, I mean, if I look in there, that this all moves in terms of the transformation, and that is why it is like that. But yeah, first of all, very disappointed. Arm can go round, arm can go up. You got the single, it looks like single, but you can get that right in there. So I do like that. That was very cool. No movement on the hand. That's not unexpected. You can move the waist around. It's very tight. You can even move this leg piece as well a little bit. There's a little ball joint in there. He's got a spin on the thigh. He can do the 4 splits, which is quite nice. You can lift this up a little bit. Not all the way. You got this backpack here, etc. And there is movement there in terms of lefty and righty. You do have a little upsy and downsy there, so you can do little pieces there as well. So it's a very cool bot. I do like that piece. Always drops down. I feel like he is a very, very decent bot. indeed. And certainly if you were a G1 fan, not only of this movie, of G1 in particular, you've been wanting Brawn for a long time to go alongside Huffer and some of those other mini bots, because they deserve some love, let's be honest. So I'm going to go transform him, and then we can have a look at how that orc mode looks. Okay, so here is Brawn in his orc mode, and I've got to say, I really did enjoy transforming this. Everything seems to transform really, really nicely. It's a nice, easy process, and very, very enjoyable. The orc mode looks absolutely stunning. I love the front plate. The Autobot sign stands out just like on the Autobot mode. You do have the tire on the top, and unlike other robots where they've tried to do the gimmick with the gun, you can put the gun on the Auto mode, which looks usually awful, or it leaves a massive hole in there. This isn't so obvious because it's tire, and it's meant to have a hole in there. It works really, really well. Like I said, everything is all hidden. They even have the old, I think it's a tank that used to go on the back of these sort of Jeeps back in the day. And the wheels can move very nicely. Underneath, it is very compact, very nicely kept, and no risk of damaging this underpiece here. Even though it does stick out slightly, you can sort of see there that the wheels are still just over it, so you're not going to damage that. The windows are a nice blue, which is pretty awesome, and very animated. Would it have been the same if they were see-through? Probably. Would probably be irritated because you can see lots of kibble in there, and it won't look very, very cool. Whereas this is more animated and sort of fits well with Cup, even though we never see these two in odd mode together. It fits with that sort of idea, etc. Nor does he transform, obviously, in the film. But that doesn't matter, because if he didn't have his odd mode, this figure would be absolute crap, let's be honest. It's like that wheelie they gave us with Grimlock, which was ridiculous, and they should have just started off with the core teams, because that's what we wanted. And then just add it on there. You can add the gun on there like so, and it can move around quite nicely, which is pretty cool. I think that's pretty decent. Probably one of the best guns on a figure. It looks like a sort of a mini turret with the wheel. In fact, the wheel moves as well. I didn't realize that. So you can't move just the wheel. There we go. So yeah, very, very beautiful figure. Very, very happy with it. And if you are a big fan of Transformers the movie, you're going to be buying this. And you know at some point we're going to get a Brawn damaged, hopefully on that left shoulder where you got shot, if I remember my movie correctly. Who knows? I'll be honest, there's part of regret on me that I couldn't sustain collecting the Transformers the movie 86 figures, because if I could, it's one hell of a line, and one hell of a line to have those figures in, and there's still plenty of characters that we need from that line. But so far it's been brilliant. I hope they still continue rolling these out, no pun intended. So anyway, if you like my video, please support my channel by subscribing. Really appreciate that. Thank you for everybody that's taken the time to watch this video and already subscribed. Appreciate you a great deal. Make sure you look after yourself, very important. And as always, embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.